Hello everyone. With winds that exceed 300 miles per hour, as you know, tornadoes can rip homes from their foundations, uproot trees, and leave a trail of destruction in their wake. In many ways, tornadoes are like the bulls of the natural world, charging through the landscape with unstoppable force and leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. If you are truly amazed with tornadoes, let me know your thought in comment pod and not forget to press button of like and subscribe. Now, let's get it on! However, unlike bulls, tornadoes cannot be tamed or controlled. Haze, one of the most significant tornado outbreaks in recent years, occurred in 2011 when a series of violent tornadoes swept through the southern and midwestern regions of the US.
Listen to it!
Footages from the outbreak showed massive tornadoes tearing through towns and cities, destroying homes and causing widespread devastation. The outbreak claimed more than 500 lives and caused billions of dollars in damage, making it one of the deadliest and costliest tornado events in US history.
Slow down, right here. Slow down, stop. Stop right here.
Move your head, Isaac.
I got on video.
Oh, move your head. Stop.
Okay.
In 2013, another powerful tornado struck Moore, Oklahoma, causing significant damage to the town and its inhabitants. Footages showed the tornado destroying homes, businesses, and schools, with winds estimated to be over 200 mph. The tornado claimed 24 lives and caused hundreds of millions of dollars in damage.
Right here, slow down, stop right here.
One of the most notable tornadoes of 2021 occurred in the United States, where tornadoes are a common occurrence. In March, a tornado outbreak occurred in the southeastern region of the country, causing widespread damage across several states. Footage shows homes being destroyed, trees being uprooted, and cars being flipped over by the tornadoes. What toys? These crazy footages of tornadoes in the US highlight the destructive power of these natural disasters and their devastating impact on communities. The year 2020 was also a challenging year for the US, with several significant tornado outbreaks occurring throughout the year. In April, a powerful tornado outbreak hit the southern US, causing significant damage and loss of life. Footages showed the tornado sweeping through communities, destroying homes and uprooting trees. In 2019, a series of tornadoes hit the Midwest, causing widespread damage across several states. Footages from the outbreak showed tornadoes tearing through communities, causing significant damage to homes and infrastructure. Watching a tornado in action is like watching a force of nature unleashed, a reminder of the raw power and unpredictability of our planet's weather systems. Well, tornadoes, such a beautiful view but so dangerous. This is a massive tornado rips through Andover, Kansas. More than 1,000 buildings were affected when a strong twister swept through here on Friday evening. In the daylight Saturday, emergency crews found a more widespread path of destruction than was earlier estimated. Oh my god! The violent winds impacted livestock and structures when this EF4 tornado as it tore through the area April 2012. An F5 tornado in Moore, Oklahoma, May 2013. When F5 tornado do occur, they can cause significant damage and loss of life. It's most dangerous in all disasters. From the vortex, column looks small but soft and windy. In just a moment, it expands and increases coverage over a large area. It shows how destructive this kind of disaster is. If not recorded by the camera, the images you are viewing are probably only in the movies. Everything was in chaos. Everyone took shelter in the basement and could only pray for the tornado to dissipate quickly. Inclement weather also brings hell. Oh, that's great! Falling rocks break poor car windows. The sound of sirens, the sound of people shouting and running, go, go, go! All were in a hurry when the tornado came with flashes of lightning.
Okay, let's follow it.
Yeah, let's follow it, guys.
Get in.
Everybody in! Everybody in! Is that intense?
Look at that.
Go! Come on, it's crossing the road right in front of us here. Debris!
It's coming up. That whole thing's coming up.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
You're fine, Ricky.
You're fine.
A tornado with a wind speed of 150 kilometers per hour paved a path of destruction in the Sidoarjo area, Indonesia, less in about 5 minutes. It damaged more than 600 homes and about 100 people were evacuated to primary school, while others remained to live with family members. Videos posted on social media show part of the roof topple of a building as debris is thrown into the air. Sidoarjo is located south of Indonesia's second largest city, Surabaya. The wind was blowing from west to east. A man said that suddenly there was a crash. The roof of my house was immediately destroyed. He was really desperate to leave the house because his roof collapsed. He was afraid that debris from the roof of his house would fall on him and his family. Do not forget, press the button of like, share and comment what do you think for this. This is EF3 tornado. It can uproot trees, tear off roofs of houses, and cause structural damage to buildings. It can also cause significant damage to power lines and other infrastructure, which can result in widespread power outages and disruption to transportation and communication systems. At the lower end of the EF3 scale, tornadoes can cause damage to roofs, windows, and doors of buildings. As the wind speeds increase, the tornado can lift and move large objects such as cars, trees, and even mobile homes. The damage caused by an EF3 tornado can be catastrophic and widespread, as you see. The damage caused by an EF5 tornado is often extensive, and the debris field spread over a wide area. It produces winds that are capable of completely leveling well-built homes and businesses, uprooting trees, and lifting heavy objects such as cars and trucks into the air. Look at this crazy tornado. It seems to want to wipe everything clean. As this tornado approaches, the sky turns dark, the wind howls, and the air becomes charged with electricity. The sound of it is like a freight train approaching, and the sight of it is equally frightening.
I just pulled into my driveway. I think there's a... Wow.
However, the horror of a tornado is not just in the immediate destruction it causes, but also in the aftermath, as survivors face the daunting task of rebuilding their homes and their lives. The emotional trauma and loss inflicted by a tornado can be long-lasting and devastating.
Get exclusive early access.
There's not, I don't know what we're going to have a product shipped out today.
Imagine running into a tornado to see how huge it is and then making out of the vortex alive. That lucky man must have felt like God for at least the rest of the year. It is known that this was a violent tornado that ripped through Kayuan City, Liaoning Province, Northeast China in 2019, killing 6 people and injuring 190 others. Dramatic footage showed the tornado shattering windows, chewing roofs off of buildings, uprooting trees, and flipping over cars. The tornado was reported to have touched down at around 5:30 p.m. local time and lasted for about 15 minutes. It had a maximum wind speed of around 23 meters per second, about 82 kilometers per hour, and a path width of around 200 meters.
No way. Whoa. Oh my God. Bro. Oh shit.
The local authorities responded quickly to the disaster, mobilizing rescue and relief teams to the affected areas. The Chinese Red Cross also sent emergency teams to provide medical and other assistance to those affected by the tornado. This tornado was one of several severe weather events that occurred in China in the summer of 2019, including flooding, landslides, and hailstorms. Another tornado that was caught on camera was the El Reno tornado that occurred on May 31st, 2013. This was a large and powerful tornado that struck near the city of El Reno, Oklahoma. With peak winds estimated at over 295 mph, it was one of the wildest and most violent tornadoes ever recorded, measuring 2.6 miles across at its widest point. The tornado caused significant damage to homes, businesses, and infrastructure in the surrounding area, with some structures completely leveled and others swept away. Tragically, the tornado claimed the lives of several people, including storm chasers who were caught in the storm. The incredible video shows the immense power of the tornado as it appears to obliterate everything in its path.
That's what we're gonna do.
eastward, right?
Look at this horizontal vortices. Violent tornado.
An emergency crews begin.
Got it.
This video recorded an extreme up-close tornado in Madill, Oklahoma on April 22nd, 2020.
Oh my god! This is still in water, right? Oh my god! Should we ready to go home?
This tornado was classified as an EF3 on the enhanced Fujita scale, with winds estimated to have reached speeds of up to 140 miles per hour. The tornado had a width of approximately 500 yards and traveled a distance of nearly 20 miles. Numerous homes, businesses, and other structures were damaged or destroyed, including a local casino. The tornado left a path of destruction in its wake, with debris scattered throughout the affected areas. Despite the extensive damage, there were no reported fatalities or serious injuries resulting from the tornado, which was a relief to the community. Besides regular tornadoes, fire tornadoes are an extremely dangerous and rare natural phenomenon that can occur during wildfires. It is a vertical column of flames that spins and swirls with great intensity due to the heat generated by the fire. Fire tornadoes can be extremely dangerous, with high winds and intense heat that can cause additional damage and spread the fire. The fire tornado observed during the Loyalton fire in 2020 serves as a prime example of the devastating power of this phenomenon. During the Loyalton fire in August 2020, fire tornadoes were observed, which is a rare phenomenon. The fire tornadoes were estimated to have reached up to 3,000 feet in height and caused significant damage to the surrounding areas, including power outages and road closures. The fire tornadoes were an indication of the intensity and ferocity of the wildfire, which burned tens of thousands of acres in Northern California. It is known that this is the Andover tornado that occurred on April 29, 2022. The security camera on the east side of the city hall shows just how close the tornado came to hitting the building. You can see the tornado enter the right side of the screen around the 5-second mark. In the video, the tornado starts picking up more debris and becomes larger and darker. Although no one was injured, the tornado destroyed hundreds of buildings. A viral video of flood of unprecedented strength in Russia washes away bridges and destroys houses. Sochi was flooded after Yalta and Kerch. Rivers have risen because of the downpour. The headquarters of the Krasnodar territory recorded a critical water level in Sochi. On July 4th, a downpour with a squally wind hit the city. Because of it, the rivers Korota and Matseta seriously overflowed their banks.
Смотри, полетела. Смотри, смотри. Обалдеть. Обалдеть, смотри. Смотри. Обалдеть.
Whole streets were submerged in water in parts of the city. In one place, a fire engine could be seen driving through deep water towards a submerged passenger bus in a video posted online. Some cars were almost completely on the water. Shocked locals are rich in horror as houses are washed away by floods in Russia. Rivers swollen by heavy rains have carried several homes in this part of Siberia. Do not forget press the button of like, subscribe and comment what you think for these cruise ship disasters. Yalta, Russia, the streets have turned into sea-thin rivers. There's no electricity, trolley buses have been stopped, pumps have turned off, and with them the supply of driving water. One person disappeared, he was carried away by a stream of water. A heavy downpour fell on Yalta, causing the flood. In one day, the resort town received an average rainfall for a month and a half, 74 millimeters. Due to the elements, streets and basements of buildings were flooded. Water rose to the ceiling in one of the underground passages. The power supply has also been disrupted in the city. Several villages are completely disconnected from communications. The traffic is paralyzed. The trolleybus line is de-energized. The Russian authorities of Yalta made a decision to turn off the water supply in the region, and the city residents were urged to stock up on drinking water. You can see all crossings. Hundreds of houses and cars are flooded in Yalta due to the outlet of the Vodopadnaya River. In 2013, the worst floods in hundreds of years in eastern Russia threatened 100,000 people with evacuations from their homes. The floods have been caused by rain in the Amur, Khabarovsk and Jewish Autonomous Region near the Amur River, which forms the border between the far east of Russia and the northeastern China. Heavy rain since the end of July saw the Amur, the world's 10th longest river and the longest in Siberia, burst its banks, as did one of its tributaries, the Zaya. Large areas are flooded, telephone and electricity lines, roads and bridges have been damaged in dozens of towns. Flash floods caused by unusually heavy rains have killed at least 780 people across Pakistan in summer 2 months. More than 300,000 people have lost their homes in Pakistan, and about 2 million people have been affected by flash floods caused by heavy rains. High-rise buildings were destroyed by floodwater, and livestock was also washed away pitifully.
Ahora sí ya llegó el puente. Ahora sí ya llegó el puente. Se llevó el puente, se lo llevó, véalo. Se llevó la casa de Villo, vea.
One of the worst flooding in Oman history has happened during hot summer season in July 2022. Heavy rain caused widespread floods across the country. As drainage systems were overwhelmed, roads turned into rivers, with cars washed away by the force of water. In rural areas, landslides were seen, destroying roads and causing further damage. Travel was impossible in many areas, with boats and helicopters used to reach stranded citizens. Residents were advised to remain in their homes where possible during the floods. Flood warnings remain in place for the coming days, including for neighboring countries, including Saudi Arabia. In March 2017, the city of Mocoa in southwestern Colombia experienced one of the deadliest flash floods in its history. The floods were caused by heavy rainfall, which caused rivers to overflow and triggered landslides in the surrounding hillsides. The disaster caught residents by surprise, with little warning given before the floods hit. The floodwaters also carried large amounts of debris, including rocks and tree trunks, which caused additional damage to buildings and homes. The floods claimed the lives of over 300 people and over 300 others were reported missing.
Se vino en este momento.
Catastrophic flooding devastating Louisiana is the worst natural disaster to strike the United States since Hurricane Sandy. Everything came so unexpected, beyond people's imagination. All houses, cars, furniture are submerged in the immense sea. Helpless people can only pray to God. Heavy rainfall caused flooding in the state of Louisiana, particularly in the cities of Baton Rouge and Lafayette. The floods forced tens of thousands of people to evacuate their homes and dozens killed. One of the most notable flash floods of last year occurred in China's Henan province in July. Footages showed streets turning into raging rivers, cars being swept away, and people being stranded on top of buildings waiting for rescue. The floods caused significant damage to infrastructure and agriculture, and over 300 people lost their lives. Well, these crazy footages of flash floods from different parts of the world raise several questions about the impact of climate change on our planet. Is climate change responsible for the increase in frequency and severity of flash floods? What steps can we take as individuals and as a society to reduce the impact of flash floods on our planet? Do not forget to press the button of like, subscribe and comment what you think for these cruise ship disasters. One of the most intense flash floods in recent years happened in 2018 in the state of Kerala, India. The state experienced heavy rainfall over a period of several days, causing rivers to overflow and landslides to occur. Flooding affected over 5 million people, with more than 400 people losing their lives. Footages showed entire houses being swept away by the force of the water and people being stranded on rooftops waiting for rescue. Similarly, in 2019, Indonesia witnessed one of the most intense flash floods in its history. The flood hit the capital city of Jakarta, which is home to over 10 million people. The floodwaters were up to 6 meters high in some areas, and many residents had to wade through chest-deep water to find shelter. The flood claimed at least 66 lives and displaced over 35,000 people.
Jadi tidak ada antisipasi.
In the United States, flash floods were also a major concern. In Arizona, for instance, monsoon rains caused flash flooding that swept away vehicles and left people stranded. In Louisiana, Hurricane Laura caused flash flooding that led to widespread power outages and evacuations. In 2018, the state of Maryland experienced flash floods that resulted in the death of 2 people. Footages showed cars being swept away by the floodwaters and homes being destroyed.
Oh, they're all going down.
The damage caused by the floods was estimated to be in the millions of dollars. These events highlight the fact that flash floods can occur in any part of the world and are not limited to specific regions. In Europe, several countries experienced flash floods that caused widespread damage and displacement. In the UK, for instance, heavy rainfall caused flooding in parts of the country, with homes and businesses destroyed. In France and Italy, flash floods swept through towns and villages, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. Besides, one of the most striking examples of flash floods in 2020 was the devastating floods that hit China's Yangtze River basin. The floods affected more than 50 million people and caused billions of dollars in damages. Entire cities were submerged, leaving people stranded and homes destroyed. The scale of the disaster was mind-boggling, with water levels rising to historic levels.
What do you think about this kind of natural disasters? Do not forget to subscribe, like, and comment here. Thanks for watching.